Oh, gosh. I didn't even know I was on yet. Why don't we have any camera action? Let's see. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're trying the tablet this morning. It looks good on my end. Please let me know how the sound is. Dee Dee's trying to start. Don't start, Dee Dee. Good morning. Plays on Freeway, Wheel Burner, Jerome Jones. Jerome Jones is first channel member, Wheel Burner Express channel member. Kelly Patterson. You looking good, beautiful, and sounding good. Okay. Is this better than the phone? Thank you, Kelly. I don't know. I think it's going to help me see the chats easier. I don't know. It's an experiment. So expect the usual bumbling around with the live. I'm wondering if I can get on my phone, on my YouTube on my phone. Let's see. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Don't start, Dee Dee. It's wet and it's rainy and we ain't going out yet. No. You got water. She's all set. Don't worry. She's just trying to be extra right now. I'm just trying to see if I can see this. Okay, there's the live. See if I can see this. Okay, there's the live. Hello. See if I can see this. Okay, there's the live. Okay, now I got to turn this down. Okay, I think I got a setup. Oh, look at my little name there with the little crown. Good morning, fellas. I'll wait a little bit to talk about the steps challenge thing, but good morning from lovely Virginia. Oh, I'll be able to see the chat live like this. Okay, I see how you guys do this now. Everybody's got big secrets, and I'm sitting here trying to figure them out. Not fair. Okay, so I'm using the tablet as a camera. Please hit the like for me. Knock it out of the way. Settle in. And we'll get this thing started. What's a goal? What do I... Huh. Okay, I'm going to try something here. I will show the picture of what they took out of my arm. Light blue and higher. Oh, this is, look at YouTube doing some funny stuff. Okay. All right, let's see what this does. Your goals are live. Share with your audience to get them excited. Are you guys excited? I'm excited. I don't know what it shows you. Goal created. Just started a goal. See goal. Continue. 30 minutes. Okay. Let's try that. Okay. Good morning and welcome to a new week in trucking. I'm 2 weeks in. Good morning, Cheap Freight Hauler. Channel member, thank you for your memberships, all of you guys. I appreciate you. Seems like the notifications are just going out. I see 2 likes, 8 people in here. Please hit the like real fast. Please. And I put up a goal. I'm not sure how that appears to you, but I'm only trying it. Yeah. So I'm 2 weeks in, and first week was okay. I didn't have much trouble. And the second week, I gotta watch the chat. How can I set this? Oh, look at that. Okay, forgive my eye contact because I'm gonna try to do this like the pros do it, like Wheel Burner and everybody else and all of that. I need to put it up here, don't I? Oh, God. I'm so challenged in this arena. Taking some what? Computer time this morning looking at the year's numbers. Yeah, I'll probably do that today just to look at my 2 weeks numbers. I should have done it before this live, but I don't necessarily have to put my numbers out. But I can even make a little short on that or something like that. But yeah, that was a thought. So what I did was when I first came out, I set my mileage recorder thing. Okay, we don't want to hear notifications. Sorry, guys. Okay. So I set my miles thing out, started my miles counter, so that as of today, it would give me the solid like 2 weeks since I started. And then look, I don't put all my stress on 1 week by week. Like I watch 1 week by week, but I like to see 2 weeks and average that out and just kind of see what I average for 2 weeks. For me, that's kind of like more practical, I guess. I don't know what you guys think about that, but James Buffington is in the house saying good morning. Buck Brown, good morning to the folks. Welcome to the Loves and Shower number 2. Showers are good, Buck. Congrats. Welcome in, you guys. Grab your coffee. I am drinking some Life Boost coffee. God help me. Pray for me right now. Everyone just pray for me right now. Because... okay. I think I got it. Okay. Yeah, so I like to average the weeks out and see what the numbers were, especially since, I've been sitting at home for 4 months watching everybody like cry and say, getting kind of a little bit worried about what I was coming back out into. Although grateful that, I got to spend the winter at home. That was kind of freaking awesome, but it wasn't awesome in the perfectly awesome way. I was very hurt. I was very hard at work in getting functional again. It was a lot of work. So, yeah. So I like doing my numbers over 2 weeks. I think it's 2025. For me, this is like New Year's in trucking 2025. So I'm gonna my visions that should have started like January 1st are starting now. So I got some goals for this year, and the word on the street is it's going to get difficult for us pretty soon here. I don't know if that's, fear and all that, but we just go anyways, right, guys? We just go anyways. I did pay all my bills up for the month already ahead, so that whatever tears come during this month, at least my bills are paid. And my budget's not that big in my opinion, but I should be able to, at least get the money this month for next month's bills. Okay. I think that's it comforts me, because a lot of people are talking about empty shelves and gloom and doom and all this stuff and stock up on this. I don't know about all this, you guys. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, my experience, I've heard it over and over since I became an owner operator in the first place. So I don't know. I don't like to panic. And facts are God is in control, so your little panic or worry. The whole thing is that if you haven't been working to get financially straightened out, I don't know what you've been waiting on, but you're late. And so now more than ever, with all the great changes and all the great things going on in the, not only in the industry, but AI's invading the world, and the new administration and a lot of changes in trade agreements and all of that stuff, like, for me, it's time to reduce my budget as low as possible, which has kind of been that way for a long time, but I'm still looking for ways that I can peel back. Just trying to prepare for anything. Elon's got a goal of some, like 600 robots this year. And I know that Tesla makes goals and sends them out there, and big goals, big things, big whatever, but they don't always come into fruition. So I'm like, okay, that's interesting, but will they actually do it? That remains to be seen, but that might be exciting. I mean, I don't know if you guys have played around with Chat GPT or any of your new AI features and functions on your phones, but I've been messing with them, and it's pretty interesting and helpful. I mean, I don't like it as a whole. I just want normal life, like with grass and trees and cash, like real money cash. But I think that's starting to fade away, and we got to figure out how to adapt and adjust, We can sit back here and go, floppity flu. I don't like it. But it's coming anyways. Chief Ray Holler says, seems like the word on the street is always doom and gloom, but here we are, still surviving and thriving. That's right. That's right. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to do that. Wheelburner says, the trucking industry is probably one of the worst fear-mongering. Yes, it's bad and going to get worse. But the effing world isn't about to end as we know it. Just keep your head about you. Yeah, Erna is in the house. Good morning, Erna. I hope you are well. It's good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Quick Hit is in the house saying good morning. Good morning, Quick. Elon is a robot. I used to almost think that, but now I realize that they used to put, I'm sure they were manipulated photos of him where he just looked kind of like, not human. Snorlord OG is finally in the house, saying, what is this? This is, I forgot the title of the video. This is Trucker Cafe Coffee Chat Sunday. My thing, getting back in the swing. Please hit the like on the way in or on the way out. For you guys that are coming in just to pop in and say hi, please hit the like before you go, please. I'm trying to get back into the algorithm. It would help my channel greatly. Yeah, so I think the AI manipulated some photos to make it look like something and all that. He's definitely a human being. I'm going to stick up for Elon right now. He's an anomaly in this world. He's absolutely a genius. And we need more people like him. I'm not saying clone himself. Who knows, that might be next. All I know is I'm loving the auditing of the government. Okay, I'm a fan, and I'm not trying to get political, but I gotta say it. I'm a fan, and all I want to see is people fired. I want streamlined business processes. I want an efficient corporate government, corporate like whatever. It's a corporation, let's face it. But I want it run efficiently. Like, let me at them. Let me in there, man. There's too many people. Like, I think last month I heard somewhere that, like, Congress only worked one day out of 30. Like, sign me up for that. Let me go to Congress. I wouldn't do that, though. I'd be showing up for work every day. I can't believe these people get paid the money that they do, and they get to just not show up for work. And I know Trump addressed that and said that he, everybody's got to come to work. But I'm like, then where are they? Why didn't they go to work last month? I mean, the holidays are over. Let's get to it. There's a lot of things. He's just making the list right there. Like, boom, 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 boom. He's slamming it at them, and they're like, like it's a lot of stuff coming at once. So they've got a lot of work to do. Kelly Patterson says, someone's going to create an AI and call it Skynet. I heard something about Skynet. I'm not sure that word's ringing a bell. Nothing would be better than to thin the herd at the federal government level. Yeah. So the people that voted are very excited about that. Now, I'll tell you really why I'm very excited about it. I am very excited about it because I believe right now that it's going to come down to the IRS. Oh God, please downsize the IRS. With all these tariffs and he's putting it into action, it's going to hit the IRS somehow. And I bet the IRS is probably the same size as the government, in my opinion. I don't know, but they need to settle down. If you know the kind of the history, like we used to be on a tariff process. That's how our government was set up, and it was successful. It was the most successful ever. And somehow, the IRS has been given more and more control. Well, I can't blame it entirely on them, but government has added a tax for this, and an extra tax for that, and an extra tax for that, and an extra tax for that, and an extra tax for that. And we're literally the slaves paying it, right? That's not how our government was supposed to run. That's not how it was set up to run, and that's not how it did run. And so everybody needs to stand together. Everybody needs to stay firm. Everybody needs to pay attention to what's going on. I am very passionate about anybody who disrupts the system. I may not agree with everything they're doing, but I love disruptors, man. I get excited. So while I was at home for 4 months, like I was glued to what was going on. It was so exciting. Like every day I was watching like what's going on. I spent my time with like the morning, I would work out whatever I could. Sometimes it was just small leg lifts, and the physical therapist had me do like a couple exercises on my own at home before I would get ready to go in for therapy or after or whatever. And I was working really hard. So I'd do my little thing. I'd make sure to watch PBD, the podcast at 9 o'clock. And then every time I saw the notifications for Carolyn Levitt was coming on to do the press release, which she's doing them like every day, I swear, sometimes twice a day we get updates. When have you ever seen that in government? Thank you, President Trump and your administration, for constantly talking to us. Constantly tell us what's happened like every day. I love the transparency that's going on right now. Like, who's done that? Nobody. I love it. So I was glued to it every day. Like, and then every time Trump would speak, I watched it. It was very exciting. And I also binge watched Reacher because it was recommended by Snorlord. That's a very good show. I loved it. Caught all the way up on it. Chief Ray Heller says, wonder how much time that Elon spent playing Nintendo and other brain-killing devices when he was young. I don't know. I do know, like, he's the top in the world on some game. Like, he still does all that he does, and he has still time to be, like, the best at this one game. Someone wrote all over your shirt. Yeah, this is one of my new Temu shirts. I bought a whole bunch of new Temu shirts because they're super cheap, and I got them before the tariffs kicked in, so I was like, yeah. And so this is all about the name, you know what, all the names for God that people call him, like Alpha and Omega, Defender, Lamb of God, Hope, Peace, Lord. Savior, you know, all that. I thought it was pretty cool. It shouts a little bit, but I think it's cool. Yeah. I love the transparency. I'm sorry. I don't think we will ever see this again. You can hate Trump if you want, but how this administration is being run, I'm a fan. Because, you know, we never knew what they were doing. We had to rely on the news. Now, like, you can go in there as a YouTube creator, and you can go right in there to Caroline's little meetings. They're inviting you to, like, who's done that ever? You can ask questions. I think that's amazing. I would like to see the guy, Sean, what's his name? Oh God, I forgot his name already. The guy that's in charge of the DOT, the secretary of the DOT. I would love for him to do that. Oh, please, let us in there. Let us have daily press conference releases, updates, please. All of us would be so glued to that, wouldn't we? Maverick Born 2.0 is in the house. Kelly Patterson says, Shannon, you would make a terrible politician. You have too many ethics and morals. Well, I think Trump is showing what can be done. I mean, he's a gangster. He's a savvy businessman, which I appreciate because that's what this country needs. I believe he has morals. And some of you will be like, no, he's just lying. Whatever. I think after he got shot, something changed in him, okay? I seen something change spiritually. I was like, dude, everything happens for a reason. Thank God he wasn't killed. But now he's on purpose. Now he's on a mission. Like, this is his life's mission. So look out, because there's no stopping that dude. Yes, I would make a terrible politician. Well, there's two sides to that. Because of my ethics and morals, I mean, I'd be a fighter in there, right? And that's what it's supposed to be. Representation of the people. Someone to fight for the people and what the people want. I think I could do that. I'd have to. Let's not imagine that, Kelly. Bug Brown says it's hard to shave and type at the same time, just saying. They used to have, I don't know about anybody else's Samsung, but they used to have where I could voice, I could talk to text. That seems to be not there anymore. That's pretty crazy. Like with the last update or two ago, I noticed that I lost that capability. So that sucks. I've never worked somewhere that let me give myself a pay raise. Well, you're there now, right? Yeah, no, I know what you mean with Congress and stuff, though, right? Like we are in a wrong line of work, I guess. That's something further that I'd like to see happen is like we should somehow there should be a meter, a people meter for the Congress that every time they do something, it should go up like we're raising hell about it. A happiness meter or something. Like a standard one. A standard meter where when we find out that they're gone for some weeks and stuff like that, like the needle moves. Like they should know, like, oh, no. Because if they work for us, then we need a system in place so that we can let them know how we feel. Instead of just writing a letter, because where do those letters go? Do they have time to read 82 million letters in one day or something? There needs to be a system. And now that there's AI, maybe that could happen. Because AI can take care of it all. And then deliver daily results to the congressperson. That's $1 million idea. I get them once in a while. Buck Brown says, and by the way, may the 4th be with you. Jersey Trucker is in the house. Look, hey, the champion of On the Road Again Samsung Trucker Step Challenge that just finished up and just wrapped up. Jersey Trucker closed it, hitting the goal of 100,000 steps first. Cheap Freight Hauler came in second, hot on his tail. I put the post in the community post this morning so you can see the actual little standings. Red Lady came in third. And she beat me out. I came in fourth, and then I think it was Jerome, and then Trucking with MC came in last, but he started late, so he started the race later than we did. So congratulations to everybody who participated, and thank you. It was a successful little journey we did there, and I put up the new one today. It's on my community post. You can join there, but you have to join today to get into it. Okay? After today, it's going to close and you can't get in. So that's why I posted it this morning. So congratulations to Jersey Trucker. He's a beast. Just healed from a knee thing very recently, by the way. So the fact that he is kicking our tails and he just come out of a recovery, I'm like, oh, he's after it. Cheap Freight Hauler says, had to quit looking at this year's numbers. The numbers are boring. Me too, Buck. I've even tried to get harassment complaint and still can't get fired. Buck says, funny how that works. I mean, even take off whenever I want to take off. Don't even ask for time. I just go and come back, and not a peep from the boss man. Sean Duffy. Thank you, Jersey. Yeah, let's have Sean Duffy do the same thing with the updates and the press releases or whatever. The same thing like Caroline's doing with the president. Like maybe he has a secretary that can do that. Have him open up the room, because I'll be darned if this industry isn't its own country, like, anyway. And they're so, like, we just need to govern this alone. Like, that's as big as what, I mean, on a different level, obviously, but it's a huge deal that we have a lot of issues, and people haven't been heard for a long time. And it's been very difficult to be heard and communicate. So I love what they're doing with the presidential thing, opening up to the communications, the creators, the news people, whatever. Like, we really, really need that same kind of forum with Sean Duffy. God, I would love to see that happen. Oh. I mean, we could get some things done. He could really understand what's going on. Like, he could hear from us. Like, man, that would be great. Sterling Wheel channel members in the house saying good morning, kids and sister. Chief Fry Holler says morning, Jersey and Sterling. Kaylee 1989 is in the house saying, hey, Shannon. Hey, Kaylee. Samsung totally changed and forces you to use the AI now. Yeah, my update just came to me last night. So mine's updated now. It still looks the same to me. When I clicked on the button to, like, what's new in UI AI or whatever they call it, right? It said can't connect. Okay. So I'll mess around with that later. Jersey Trucker says, good morning, good morning, CFH. Hope all is well with you. Snorlord OG says, one must bow to the AI overlords. Yeah. There's a lot going on, even with our cash system, you guys. Like, I watched some stuff that was like, oh boy. Oh boy. I met a trucker yesterday named George. And we had a good little talk about a lot of things. And because while I was waiting for my clothes to dry in the laundromat, I went outside to sit in the sun instead and get my vitamin D. So George kind of came out and talked to me and stuff. We had a very interesting intellectual conversation. Thank you, George, if you're out there, if you're in here, if you're listening, whatever. We talked about the cryptocurrency a little bit. And he told me a little bit of stuff about what's going on with Bitcoin. So he's kind of thinking, like, Bitcoin's it. And I know some of you have Bitcoin. That's cool. I did have my Bitcoin, but then something happened with one of my daughters, and she needed help, and I had to pull my Bitcoin investment out, which sucks. But I had to take care of my baby, so now I have to reinvest. And I should have done it when the market was down the other day, but I didn't. And now it's back up, and I'm like, missed the boat. Kelly Patterson said, voice to text is there. I'm using it right now on the microphone. It's in the bottom left-hand corner. See, I don't have it. It's my little microphone thing's not there. And then when I choose the menu, and if I try to add something, it's just no longer there. So I've been looking for it. Like, seriously, I don't know what the change is. Wheelburner says the members of Congress and government work for us. Blah, ha, ha, ha. Now that's funny. Look. The American people are becoming aware, all right? All this information and truth has come out, enough to piss us all off. We're all pissed. Even though we subliminally kind of knew it was what it was, but we were completely powerless. And now I would say what's changed is we're getting information, which gives us more power to work with that information. And what I guess what surprises me is the magnitude of thievery. I've always thought, they were stealing or getting off one way or another, but the magnitude of thievery and the most ridiculous waste of money. When I'm an American citizen and I'm trying to get myself a little grant for my little business, and I can't, dude, it's hell. And all of this money's just being, and then they're going to razz me about paying my IRS bills, paying my taxes every year. I mean, honestly, I do not feel like giving them another dollar, because why? So they can waste it? Matter of fact, I want all my tax money back that I've paid all my life, and my dad and my grandpa. I want everybody's tax money back because it got blown on condoms in Uganda or something, right? Like, excuse me? I'd like a refund, please. That's thievery. That's not what those tax dollars were designated for. That's how I feel about that. Where was I? Oh, Red Lady. Red Lady came in third. Girl power. Thank you, Red Lady, for participating. You totally kicked my butt. I was right behind her. Snorlord says enslavement is inevitable. AI worship is mandatory. Kelly, what are you texting me while we're on live? What are you doing? Well, here, I'm gonna put, what is this? Oh, he's showing me the, oh, it's there. Okay, thank you, Kelly. Kelly's texting me something. Okay. Thank you, Kelly. Chief Ray Heller says they don't have time to read 5,000-page law before passing it, much less 82 million letters. Remember when Pelosi said, we've got to pass the bill so we can see what's in it? God, is she dead yet? I don't know. The government is an illusion, Sterling says. Woohoo! I need to work on this morning's music. Have a great day, everyone. Well, thank you for coming in, Snorlord. Please make sure you hit the like before you leave. Yes, Red Lady says, everyone, please hit the like button. Will Burner says, Sterling, the government is not an illusion. It's very real. Unfortunately, a lot of powers to be are just crooked and greedy. There is no more serving the people. They are only serving themselves. Yeah, well, I think if we have any chance in history to get even close of raising some hell about what's been going on and that we want to stop to it, I think this window is right now. How far we get is questionable, but we've got free speech back, and damn it if we ain't got to use it. We just got so lazy, like everything, like of course they took control because they could. And they did. And I think we've had our wake-up call, and I think, thank God, we've got somebody in office that's stirring up stuff. And it's not about liking him or hating him. Like, he's getting down to business. I don't care. You can't look at what's going on and say that he is not doing what he said and saying what he's doing. And he's all about it. He's got balls, and he's got a spine, and he's not afraid to use them, okay? I respect that. I wish men in general were like that, had at least that anymore. But it's hard to find a leader like that. And he knows how to play the game, man. He don't pull no punches. When he wants something done, he goes for the jugular. So for that, I am grateful. And I feel like we're moving in the right directions in a lot of things. And right now, you guys, in trucking especially, we just need to hang on. Here's the part of the sacrifice. Nothing good comes without sacrifice. If you don't sacrifice something in the deal, like, you're not going to get good fruit on the other side. The best things in life come with sacrifice. Okay, so he already told us that we was going to have to, there's going to be a disruption. There's going to be a little whatever work time. But on the other end of it, we're going to be right where we need to be. And so that's what I'm watching. And I'm going to hang on tight. And I am being very responsible with my money and my business. And I'm going to hang on for dear life, and I'm going to fight through this thing too, along with everybody else. And I bet all I'm saying is getting your money right. And it doesn't mean like, hey, I got to go make a lot of money to get your money right. Straighten out what the hell you got going on. What you have now. Because then anything else can be bonus, okay? And comfort you even more. The pressure of thinking that you got to go get more or do more or da-da-da-da-da, because I'm not going to be okay if I don't. That's not the right viewpoint. You need to be responsible for what you have right now and live off of that right now. Lock it down. Know that budget. And then if you have room in your life to go add something more to that, then great. But don't make it that you have to do that to survive. If you have to do something like that to survive, then there is already problems in what you got going on right now. And you got to cut back. I got to cut back. I still got more repairs to put on that red truck. I love that red truck. And I'm very grateful that Sterling got to drive it and tell me all the little things and that needed fixed in it. So I was able to fix that. And now there's just a couple more things that are like not major as far as the truck's concerned. Like the APU needs a new alternator, so we're going to get that done. One of the fairings is loose for some crazy reason, so we're going to get that attached tightly. That's not a big deal. And what was the other thing? Oh yeah, Sterling hit the bird. So it knocked the plastic cover off of the front mirror. So I gotta call. I'm gonna call Vanderhags for that and see if they got one, and we'll get that put back on. It's not broken. It's just I guess the cap popped off or something like that. Sterling says the general population demands cheap products overnight. Trucking gladly sacrifice itself in a race to the bottom. If anyone is coming through Augusta tomorrow morning, mid-morning, be prepared for heavier than normal traffic. The funeral for the officer that was shot is tomorrow. Okay, thanks for that update, Chief Holler. Appreciate it. Sterling says wheel burner is an illusion. Woohoo! He says yes, I am. Sterling says, I came home, now the weather is all rainy and crap. Well, I don't know what you expected. Here's another thing in life. Don't set expectations because you'll often be disappointed. Wheelburner says, knowledge is always power. How you use that knowledge to serve your country is entirely up to you. That's right. We're all in this together. Right? Like, at the end of the day, we're here together, and we're side by side in this fight and what we do and all of that. And mankind is like, we're here for each other. I wish people would understand that. Chief Freyheller says, taxes are voluntary. I like what you're laying down, Chief Freyheller. Wheel Burner says, call the IRS and tell them that CFH. Let me know if that works out for you. Yeah, put it on video, Chief Freyheller. I want to be a fly on the wall in that conversation too. Yeah, thank you for that screenshot, Kelly. Wheel Burner, Chief Freyheller says, yeah, I'll call them from a burner phone. Just don't use a wheel burner phone, he says. Well, I wanted to use your phone, but that's a long drive for one phone call. That's funny. Remote viewer is in the house, and wheel burner is a good American for a Canadian. Yeah, I know. Like, I'm trying to convince him to come be here. We've had some business discussions, but so far we can't find anything that works. That we can, we're trying. We got some ideas, but I don't know. I mean, I heard that Canada might become our 51st state. Maybe. So Dee Dee's good. She's over here sleeping. That's why she's so quiet. And what else is going on? My truck is in great shape. And I'm keeping my fitness on with the walking. And everybody's welcome in the step challenge, by the way. You can find the invitation, posted it to my community post this morning. So I encourage some new people, get in there. And I'm going to make some breakfast, and then I'm going to do more exercise and take Dee Dee outside because it finally stopped raining. And I think Wheel Burner is going to go live, so I'll probably watch that. I wanted to go over here. I'm going to do it this way. There's some news, right? So I just wanted to look at some headlines and talk about some of this stuff. See what's going on. I'm going to, first of all, let me credit CDL Life Trucking News because I get their newsletter, and that's how I get my trucking news. So I want to give them credit where credit is due because I'm about to read some of their articles. So the first headline is U.S. DOT comments on why U.S. drivers must understand English. Oh, this is a hot topic. I'm fired up about this, and I better shut my mouth right now. Ooh, that's interesting. There's some good little things. Let's start this one. Truckers to be placed out of service for lack of English language proficiency starting in June 2025. Okay? That's the headline. CVSA announced, that's the Commercial Vehicle Safety Alliance, announced major action on English language proficiency, ELP, for truck drivers in compliance with direction from the White House. Starting in June 2025, non-compliance with existing federal regulations requiring commercial vehicle operators to be proficient in English is an out-of-service violation, which I'm sure you've heard this. This move comes just days after President Trump signed the executive order targeting several trucking industry issues, including a call for tightened English language proficiency requirements for commercial vehicle drivers. First thing I say is, it's already against the law. Like, freaking enforce it. They act like it's a new rule. It's not new. The EO called for a reversal The executive order called for a reversal on a 2016 memo that directed law enforcement not to place the truck drivers out of service for ELP violations. That's English language proficiency violations. The CVSA Board of Directors voted to add a English proficiency U.S. only heading to the Part 1 driver section of the North American Standard out of service criteria with the following language. Driver cannot read and speak the English language sufficiently to communicate with the safety official, to respond to official inquiries and directions according with the FMCSA enforcement guidance 391.11b and 2. You must declare the driver out of service. That's how it reads word for word. In the coming weeks, the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration will issue guidance for commercial motor vehicle inspectors to ensure enforcement of the English language proficiency standard is applied consistently according to the CVSA. In addition, the CVSA will petition the FMCSA to update 49 CFR 391.11b2 to identify noncompliance with English language proficiency as an out-of-service condition. The CVSA will also send a petition to the FMCSA requesting that the agency harmonize the commercial driver's license English language, harmonize the commercial driver's license English language requirements in 49 CFR Part 383, the CDL standards, with those in 49 CFR Part 391, the qualifications of drivers and longer combination vehicle driver instructors, so that the standards are consistent. Which basically what that's saying is, even the instructors, so the instructors that pass these guys are going to be held accountable. CFR 391.11b2, general qualifications of drivers, states that a driver must be able to read and speak the English language sufficiently to converse with the general public, to understand highway traffic signs and signals in the English language, to respond to official inquiries. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. To understand highway traffic signs and signals in the English language, to respond to official inquiries, and to make entries on the reports and records. The CVSA Board of Directors used an emergency bylaw provision to amend the North American Standard out of service criteria quickly enough to meet the 60-day deadline put forth by the Trump administration. End of article. Oh man, there's so many more things to that. But I'm happy for it. I'm very happy for it. Because that's a hot topic. And so out of service, let's talk about what that means. So you're put out of service, what's going to happen? Now you're at the way station. You're not going anywhere. So what are the trucking companies going to have to be? What are they going to do? They're going to have to send an English-speaking, let's figure this out. They're going to have to send an English-speaking driver, proficient driver, to come get the truck and continue the load. How long is that driver out of service for? What does that look like? You know? Wheelburner says, Pebble and the Pond effect, remote viewer, whatever happens in the U.S. will affect Canada and vice versa. Buck Brown says, way too many alphabet titles. Mrs. Richardson's in the house. Hey, Mrs. Richardson. I hope all is well with you and your business. It's good to see you. Thanks for popping in. I haven't seen Miss Richardson pop in a long time. Wheelburner, of course, I haven't been on in a long time, so my bad. Fastest way to fix this problem in Canada is to require every new driver to take their written test in English and English only. Right now, you can only take your test in whatever language you speak. Agreed. That's a huge, easy start. Okay? Huge. But we have to deal with the drivers already out here. Okay? And I do feel that the companies should be held accountable for having those drivers in the first place. But that's why they're adding that language about the instructors, because I think that's where it's headed. They realize, like, you have to chase it to the source, right? DJ Bowen's in the house saying it's been on the books for years, never enforced. I know. And look where we're at today. So I'm excited for this. You mix that with the golden age that's supposed to be coming and all these energy changes and things like that. Guys, we might actually make some money. Like some trucking money. Remember trucking money? Anybody remember? Anybody? I've never experienced it since I started, so that would be exciting. Maybe enough extra money so that we can actually pay our trucks off and buy new trucks when necessary, and in a rather, fluid manner, like a regular, like a profitable business should be able to do. Kelly says, okay, I joined your step challenge. I'm right below you in second place. Thanks, Kelly. I did send you the invite. But yeah, everybody's welcome. So go to my community page. The link is there. Like, come on, get your steps done. This challenge is new. It's different. So this challenge is the first one. No, this one is the people with the most steps by next Saturday. Okay? So now this is like a race. Whoever joins and gets the most steps by next Saturday when it ends, and then I will be announcing the results in that Sunday morning Trucker Cafe. That's how I set this one up. So it's a little different than the last one. The last one was first person to 100,000. This one's different because, we got to keep changing it up to keep it exciting. So everybody get ready to hoof it this week. Chief Ray Heller says, when taking my hazmat test in Georgia, I could choose from 13 different languages, but I've never seen an emergency response guidebook written in anything other than English. Oh, Chief Ray Heller, you hit the nail on the head. The excellent point. Hashtag Sean Duffy. You need to know that. See, all these little details, look, what's already been out there, what associations have already made it to Congress have absolutely done nothing, in my opinion. Could be wrong. But the issues that are superficial is what I've saw in the media. These little details, these structural changes that need to happen are key, okay? And this is why I wish we had a forum to actually communicate directly with him and his department to bring these kinds of details to light. Now, we are attempting to build a forum or group together to do those types of things. That's what the PITA-US, PITA-US.com, that is the platform that we're attempting to put together. We are seeking members so that we can start getting this together, and we are going to push for a forum for direct communication so that we can get the things that we need addressed for the owner-operators and any truck drivers, even if you're a company driver. www.pita-us.com. We got to start somewhere, and so we're trying to put that together, and so that we can really get organized and have a good group, a good association that will take the clear issues, the real issues, to Congress and get our voice heard. or at minimum to Sean Duffy, right? But organization takes a little bit of money and all of that, and we're attempting to do that. So if you guys haven't checked out that website, I think membership is half off right now, and there's enough benefits in there to pay for that membership. So we're just trying to gather people together that are owner operators and any company drivers, so that we can identify the issues and then go after the issues. Okay. But yeah, the real issues, because all these other things have been like, what? To me, they've seemed like they went to Washington with the mega carriers in mind. I don't like what any of the footage I've seen of them taking their 5 minutes and having a voice. They literally blew it. Like, I was like, are you freaking serious? Like, you give me 5 minutes in front of Congress and I'm going to say something. They're getting freaking meat and potatoes. I am not going to sit there and just like, I'm not going to Congress anyways, but I'm just saying, like, it was, dude, that guy looked like a buffoon. And he said nothing of value. He said nothing of value of anything important that would have changed some very important issues for us. So it was a complete waste. Disappointing. And yeah, you can't take the test. This is a federal license. Don't get me, look at me. I'm getting all flustered. This is a federal license. We're Americans. It is our right, and a federal license should only be given to American citizens. Rant over on that. Wheelburner says not only should the driver be put out of service and held responsible, but so the carrier. Agreed. The carrier should take a heavy penalty on their CVOR score for violation. Absolutely. Because, and no tolerance. Because they'll find a workaround, or they'll pay the fine if it's a $500 fine. I say pull the CDL. I say pull it. Like, forget out of service. Pull it. And then find the carrier. Heftily. Because they've been breaking the law the whole time. You have to understand, this was already law. Get nasty on this one, man. There's too many people involved in unsafe practices in our national supply chain. Hear me. This is our national supply chain. Are you freaking kidding me right now? Yes, we all know how this happened. It's just got to stop, man. DJ Bolin says, in Canada, you can have a translator with you when you write tests. Not cool. And it's a load of BS, DJ. If you or I went over to their country and had to take the test, they wouldn't give it to us in English or whatever language we spoke. DJ says, Wheelburner, did you know in Canada, if you have a learning disability, you cannot read, you can have the test done verbally? Crazy, isn't it? DJ, it sure makes you feel safe when running the 401 corridor from the Windsor to Montreal, doesn't it? DJ says, not really. You take your life in your hands on that corridor. Sage is in the house saying, hey now. Hey, Sage. Check out Sage Outcast channel. I forgot to blast his channel the last time he popped in last Sunday, so I apologize for that, Sage. Go check out Sage Outcast channel. He's got a lot of controversial, good conversations going on all the time. Will Burner says, if you put me in front of all those politicians in the Canadian House of Commons, the only thing that would change would be location. My location from the House floor to a prison cell. Oh. That's what I'm saying, man. This is what it's become. I don't know if Canada's always been like that. The law doesn't mean anything if it's not enforced. Agreed. And that's why we need the transparency. Like, yeah, like I want Sean Duffy to be rolling out orders, like stuff. And I think I know he's busy because we've seen some stuff come out lately. But man, I would like to have us have that same open forum for the press releases or updates daily or weekly. Even I'd settle for weekly, bro. Like, let us have one time a week and let us go in there and talk and let us ask the questions and let us address the issues. Just like Caroline Levitt is doing, with the press and inviting YouTube creators to come in there and things like that. We can talk. I mean, like, we can communicate with them. I'd love to see that transparency. Chief Ray Heller says, gotta go. Have a great day, everyone. Have a great day, Chief Ray Heller. Chasing Ghosts is in the house saying, who are you talking about? The ATA? They don't represent us. They are owned by mega carriers and some. Yeah, Chasing Ghosts, you feel me. That's exactly what I was talking about. That's exactly what I was talking about. DJ says, Sage blocked me. Just kidding. Chasing Ghost says, the problem is that they always go after the drivers, not carrier shippers and receiving. They don't pull CDL, pull DOT numbers, they pull authority. Drivers continue to be thrown away and replaced. How many are driving around right now with no CDL insurance? DJ says. Yeah, those are the things. Those are the things that we need to come together and we need to discuss them. Or, get them to the forefront with the right people. We've just been victims for a long time, man. And this is out of control. Like, and again, I want to shout out to George because he is a very English-speaking truck driver, senior truck driver, been in the biz for a long time, knew a lot of stuff, so I was able to glean some knowledge off him. But I barely see an English-speaking driver. Barely. So it's refreshing when I see and get to meet and have time to chop it up with a seasoned driver who gives me some knowledge. And it's just nice to talk to somebody, right? So I think we all feel about the same way on that issue, right? We got to do something, guys. We got to get together. We got to get together. So go check out PETA-US.com because that's the beginning, okay? We can, and you can get some benefit out of your membership there. This might be interesting. House voted to repeal approval. House voted to repeal approval of zero-emission CMV requirements in California. I like that. The House of, again, this is from cdllife.com. You can read the article there. The U.S. House of Representatives voted to repeal the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, approval of zero-emission heavy truck requirements in California. The Advanced Clean Fleet rule would have required the trucking industry to transition to zero-emissions vehicles by a certain date, hence our DPF systems. requirements. On Wednesday, April 30th, the House voted to repeal this approval. California already withdrew its request for a federal waiver requiring the transition to zero emissions vehicles back in January. The House also scheduled to vote on California's plan to end the sale of gasoline-powered vehicles in the state Thursday, May 1st. So they're still going to vote on that. The plan was set to phase out all gasoline-powered vehicles by 2035 and was adopted by 11 other states. I wonder how the vote came out, because that was May 1st. Looks like they were going to vote. That's all they got on that. This is interesting. Driverless semi-trucks now deployed on I-45 have OOIDA deeply skeptical. We're all deeply skeptical about this. The Owner-Operator Independent Drivers Association remains deeply skeptical about driverless trucks now operating along Interstate 45 in Texas this week. Aurora Innovation launched fully driverless trucks on the Texas Interstate this week after completing their safety case. An assembly of evidence the company believes can provide that the autonomous trucks are ready to hit the road. The following agencies were briefed on the autonomous trucks' alleged readiness: the FMCSA, the NHTSA, the NTSB, the Texas DOT, the Texas DPS, the Texas DMV. Moving autonomous commercial freight without anyone behind the wheel is a historical step forward in our mission to build a smarter and more efficient supply chain, and one that we're proud to lead alongside Aurora, said Loar Ron, founder and CEO of Uber Freight, who has been working with Aurora in the project, I guess. It goes on to another link for a press release. Despite the safety briefs and despite the safety briefs and 1,200 miles of driverless test, 1,200 miles, you guys, the OOIDA says that the association remains deeply skeptical of the safety assurances made by Aurora regarding its upcoming deployment of driverless trucks. While the company has released a voluntary safety report highlighting simulation data and supervised road testing, OOIDA believes that this falls short of demonstrating the readiness for full public road integration. I agree. Simulations and limited road testing cannot replicate the vast range of real-world driving conditions that the commercial vehicles encounter daily, their statement continues. Furthermore, serious risks like phantom braking, where autonomous vehicles unexpectedly brake, pose a significant hazard, especially for heavy trucks. Until the autonomous technology can be proven safe under all the conditions through mandatory transparent oversight, OOIDA believes that these safety claims are insufficient and premature, and I think we can all agree with that. This puts a risk to everyone sharing the public roadways, said OOIDA Director of Communications George O'Connor. Commuters on the I-45 did not sign up to be a science experiment. Good point, George. Thanks, George. Aurora's driverless trucks can now be found on I-Interstate 45 between Houston and Dallas, hauling freight for 2 partner companies for the foreseeable future. Our Dallas to Houston hauls are the longest trips of autonomy on the American public roads with no one behind the wheel ever, Aurora wrote. So, if you're running out of Texas and you're going to run along that line, you'll probably see one of these trucks. What's this one? Hours of service waived for drivers hauling fuel in Kansas to alleviate a bottleneck, not an overall shortage. I'll get to that in a second. Let me go to the comments, see if we got any comments on the article we just talked about. Ms. Richardson says, my question is, why are they only going after the Class A drivers? What about B and C classes? Well, they're identifying it as commercial driver's license, period. So I think that encompasses everybody. Wheelburner says, it's a very good point, Mrs. Richardson. Unfortunately, a lot of them are flying under the radar as well. Chasing Go says, the goal is to keep us focused on drivers with an accent, most of whom speak English just fine. Offer the test in English only. It jumped on me. Hold on. Okay. Most of whom speak English just fine. Offer the test English only. No help. Solves the problem. Then we can focus on regulations. Yeah, I agree. What's killing most small companies and owner-operators is regulations like requiring things like DEF that put unnecessary added cost that are putting many out of business. Jersey Trucker, are you already walking? I just got a notification like he's smoking up the step challenge already. Okay, What's killing most small companies and owner-operators is regulations like requiring things like DEF and putting the unnecessary added costs. Yes. No. Right. And that's another one of those real issues I'm saying, like, that needs to be brought to the forefront. I would love to see an autonomous driverless truck make its way through the northern states or the Canadian provinces during winter. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they are not even talking about how these cannot perform in winter conditions. Like, we all know it. You notice all of these tests are being done down south. Right, because that's the only way that's the only places it's going to be successful is like running, coast to coast, but below where it starts getting cold. It's not going to work, you guys. Like, it's a great idea for some runs and some freight, but it's not going to take over all of us. Like, especially all those of us that do dynamic work. Mrs. Richardson says it will be smart to start with the CDL Academy School and the CDL testers. We got to get back. First of all, we got to get to the gateway, right? Where's the gateway? The school. So they did mention the instructors. So they're touching it there. The instructors have. So what I heard in that statement was that the instructors are going to be held accountable to some accountability to even give somebody the CDL test. I mean, pass them, because you got to pass with that instructor first, right? So if they have a responsibility, and not only to see if you can complete the course and all the parts and the pre-trip, the post-trip, like all that stuff, right? You have to do all of that stuff for the test. So one of the factors in the test is going to be your English proficiency. And so they're putting that on the instructors. So I think that's a good thing. That's at least like in the gateway, because they may not even make it to the CDL office, because if they can't pass that item with the instructor. So that was really smart. I was glad to see that in there because I hadn't even thought of that. That was a great point, Ms. Richardson. Thank you. Chasing Go says there is also no driver shortage. There's not, and never has been, and hasn't been, and there are far too many. The goal is to flood the market and keep the rates down. Right. Which, yeah. So that took the trucker money. All the trucker money. Now let's just flood the market and then, everybody's distributed for, $1. Everybody gets $1. Terrible. Kelly says, and who's going to be responsible and who's going to be responsible when they kill someone? Well, that's the big question. Who's held liable, right? We've thrown that around a lot. Who's held liable when, lightning strikes and causes a magnetic disruption, or a meteor crashes nearby and causes some kind of atmospheric thing, that takes out our cell phones for a couple minutes, like it happens. Or you lose service and your call drops like that. Like, who? Dude. I don't think that they can guarantee a bazillion % that that's not going to happen. Like my GPS signal, which goes to the satellite, I got a Garmin, and sometimes that'll blip out. So if those trucks are running on a GPS system, which they're going to, you know what I'm saying? Wheelburner says, Kelly, all of the mega carriers have a room full of lawyers and a great big fat savings account on the side for all of the lawsuits that will be coming. They are already thought of that. Yeah. Now if something like that happens, I mean, I'm actually surprised that when some flaws have happened, don't you guys feel like it's been kind of kept out of the news? But then when they come up with 40 trucks are already on the road and we started a new project, they spread that out everywhere. Kelly says, how fortuitous. I'm on my way to Texas right now. Jersey Trucker says, not walking today, Shannon. We'll take a rest today. Okay, well, I got some maybe you just sent a message or something. I'm just teasing you. Chase and Go says, I haul things that go boom. Do you really want an autonomous truck to do that? No. That's what I'm saying, especially for the drivers out there that do the dangerous stuff. Ooh. Oh, Lord. He's coming in next to me. I always get nervous when a truck pulls in next to me. I'm sorry. I have to freeze. He's got it. We're actually at a Love's, so it's not as jacked up as the TA. Some of those TAs are so small, they don't even space out the roadway far enough to where you can barely get a truck out. This one I was at the other night. And by the way, thank you to the 15 drivers that jumped out to help me back into that space. So, guys, thank you. But one person tell me what to do at a time. One person wave me in. One person. It was excessive. I've never had that many people jump out to help me. But it was tight, so I'm not complaining. I'm just thank you. Thanks, guys. I was struggling, so I was tired too, and I don't like to back into any space in any truck stop while I'm tired. But yeah, the folks that haul hazmat stuff, dangerous stuff, chemical tankers, things like that. Shoot, forget about that. My daughters are on the road with their babies in the back seat. You know what I'm saying? Not down there, but I'm just saying. I mean, and we can't stop it because autonomous vehicles, taxis, those are coming fast and furious. There's a lot going on, you guys. Hi, Marky Lee. Thanks for coming in for coffee. Mrs. Richardson says, I have to go. Have a beautiful day. Be safe out there. Thanks, Miss Richardson. I appreciate your input in the chat today. God bless you and be safe out there, girl. She's driving that dangerous stuff. Kelly Patterson says, wintertime mountain training would be a big issue too. That's what I'm saying. Like, don't give me the article that they're just sailing across a flat highway all the way across a such and such and so forth. And they're calling that a test. Send them up 81, 77. In stormy conditions. Let's start there. But that would be dangerous, so they're not doing that. They're picking the path of least resistance. Wheelburner says, welcome to Lowe's. Oh, I missed one, sorry. Chasing Go says, it's easier for the federal government to regulate a few large companies than a bunch of small. The goal of deregulation was to get us to do ourselves what we'd never allow government to do and then re-regulate. That's correct. I agree with that 100%. Sixth Semper Tyrannus is finally here, saying Shannon Sunday Coffee. What's up, everybody? Yeah, so that's where they're at. You might see them if you're going to Texas this week. You might see some of these trucks out on the road. I don't know if it's a good time to go invest or not. I feel 50-50 on investing in the company. Because I think they will make it with certain freight lanes, okay? Certain ones. And they will help them out. But then that's going to drive everybody to try to figure out a way to get it to work for them because it's going to be very financially lucrative, right? I think we still got a while. Chase and Go says, I'm sorry, Sixth Semper. Wait. Wheelburner says, start at the bottom of I-81 in the wintertime so that the truck starts off in warm weather conditions, but then has to convert to harsh, cold, snowy winter conditions. That would be a test. Yeah, and then close off the roads while they do it so no one else can travel alongside them. Sixth Semper Tyrant says, I told Wheelburner you had a tapeworm yesterday. Shannon said, I'm sorry. No, I know he said he feels sorry for the tapeworm. Yeah, if I have a tapeworm, and it's okay, I didn't take offense to it. I do have a sense of humor, and it's pretty radical, so I'm okay. I'm not offended very easily, guys. Like, I work with truckers, and before this, I worked with all men engineers. Like, I'm used to it. So it's okay. You don't have to feel bad. Like, I thank you for the respect, though. But you can make a crazy joke once in a while, or all the time. I don't care. It's entertaining. I forgot where I was at. So the tapeworm, yeah, because I can eat. But what I'm doing right now, fitness-wise, is I'm doing one meal a day, the OMAD, what people call the OMAD method, and that's sufficient for me. And so I eat like 1 pound of meat every day when I eat. That meal is 1 pound of meat, whether it be chicken or ribeye or pork chops or salmon, and 2 eggs on top of it. So it's 1 pound of meat and then 2 eggs. It's rough sometimes. The pork, for some reason, fills me up some more, and it's hard for me to finish it off. Chase and Go says, in 28 years, the conversation really hasn't changed. Same thing, different day, just on the internet, and how automation has entered the conversation is really all that's new. Yeah, and AI and all this. And then now, like, we're so flooded with illegal things in the industry, like, that's changing for us. Knock on wood. So it's starting to move the wheel a little, which I think we can be grateful for even at this point. I know you were joking, Sick. It's good. I knew you were. I knew you were. It's all good. As a matter of fact, if anybody talks about me, I hope you're joking, and I hope it's always funny. I mean, unless, if you say something that's respectful and to my integrity or something like that. Like, I appreciate that too. And if you haven't hit the like, I appreciate that too. Please hit the like. Don't forget. Drop Deck Trucker. Umberto's in the house, and good morning all from Kentucky. Ooh, I heard it was stormy down there, Umberto. So I hope you're not in any bad weather. Okay, is anybody down for another story, or should I end it? We've been on an hour and a half. And I have to pee like crazy. So I think I will do that because I do want to cook breakfast and things like that. But for those of you all in here, here's the thing. If you can tell, my arm no longer has that humongous bump that was on it. Put a thumbs up if you know what I'm talking about. And don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. But if you know what I'm talking about, I would like you to put a thumbs up in the chat. It's commendable that you look after your health in the truck. Yeah. Oh, I got big plans for health stuff, guys. I'm working on a program right now that I can share with everyone. And then what I'm gonna roll out is I want 5 guinea pigs to do the program. And I'm trying to make it doable for us. Not stupid, not like, oh, go to the gym, like something doable. But anyways, I'm working on this fitness program. And I'm going to start stirring around for guinea pigs. So if you're interested, you got to be committed to it though. Like I want to do it for 60 days, right? I want people who will commit to it for 60 days, but I'm not ready yet, but that's what I'm working on. And because I care about your health. I care about your health. I care about my health. And we ain't getting any younger, you guys. It's time to change your lifestyle. Drop Deck Truckers is number 1. Dan Rumble's in the house, slurping coffee with us all. Good morning, Dan. Thank you for coming in. Please don't forget to hit the like. Drop Deck Trucker says, see you guys. Just passing and say hello. All the best. Okay, thanks. Thanks, Umberto. Be safe out there. God bless you. Thank you. Kelly says, try some bison. It's very rich red meat. Oh, no, I love bison. It's just you got to be very rich to keep on eating it. Burpees with Shannon. Yeah, burpees is in my goal list. I'm not going to put burpees in this. I'm trying to collect. I'm trying to design, walking, of course, is going to be huge because I know everybody can walk and everybody needs to walk more to get stronger. But then something easy like dumbbells. If you have dumbbells in your truck, or you can get some dumbbells in your truck. Effective, short workouts, stuff like that. But changing the diet because let's face it, we don't have a lot of time to work out. That's why I do the step challenges, because it's a challenge just to get us to try to get steps. And so it gives us that little extra ambition to walk a little bit more, to get your butt out of the truck and walk. At minimum, you got to walk. So, okay, so I want to add in resistance bands and dumbbells, okay? I don't want the exercises to be anything that you can't do, standing in your truck. And I don't want a ton of exercises. I'm trying to make, the most is going to be the walking. But I want to add, you got to add in some weight training, especially if you're trying to not lose muscle as we get older and as we build, right? We got to build. So to help burn weight too. So lifting is good, even if you're not trying to be muscly or whatever, but you have to keep moving those muscles as we get older. So it's kind of just to get everybody in a healthier lifestyle by making some changes. So it's not going to be anything drastic or insane. I ain't even trying to do all that. I can make a crazy one. But I'm trying to be dude, I'm so busy myself. I want to make something that's doable and sustainable for, 60 days. Because if and see what the results are, right? I don't even know if it'll work, but I'm putting something together. That's why I want guinea pigs. And then maybe we can all join together, do it, whoever's willing, and then we can see what the results are at the end of the 60 days, right? Because some people just don't know where to start. And then if it's good and it's effective and it's like, oh yeah, I lost 10 pounds or I lost 20 pounds, then I can give it to other people. And it's just laid out, like laid out. So all you gotta do is wake up and show up. That's what I want to put out there. So that's what I'm working on. Tolga is finally here. Alfalfa is finally here, checking in from Sparta, Michigan. How's the weather up there, Alfalfa? Wheelburner Express says, I will sign up to be a guinea pig for the eating portion of your experiment. Don't ask me to do it. Yeah, but Wheelburner, it's only walking. It's only walking. And maybe some of these exercise bands, which are really cheap. It's just, it's just just moving. Getting those muscles moved. Pulling a rubber band. I know you can do that too. But yeah, it's gonna the biggest focus is gonna be on diet, and I'm not trying to make that hard. I'm trying to make it what fits in with our lifestyle, for us only, and easy for us. So nobody get freaked out. Don't get intimidated or freaked out. I'm gonna come up with what I think is lovely, and then we'll see who's down to do it for 60 days. And then we'll see what the results are. I'm thinking about getting some body weights. Yeah, it doesn't hurt, Cal. It doesn't hurt. I've got 15-pound dumbbells, 2 of those. And I've got a set of the resistance bands. Okay, so, anyways, I digress. I totally went off topic. I'm sorry. My arm. Okay. Nobody put a thumbs up in the chat. So apparently you never saw in all of my videos that I've always done this humongous tumor that was on the side of my arm. Or you're just being chickens and not saying it. Yeah, Tolga. Thank you, Tolga. Anyways, I put up a goal that I would show you a picture of what they took out of my arm if I got 10 super chats of $2 or more. Now that goal time has expired, so I'm not going to show you the picture of what they took out of my arm. But what I do want you to see today is that I finally look normal. And I'm so happy. And I will let you see the nasty scar that's still healing. Hang on. I gotta fix the light. Here's the nasty scar. It's still healing. It's still sore. It's still tender. But the stitches are out. And he said I was going to have a scar, but I'm just so happy that I can wear tank tops, wear a sundress, feel like a normal girl again. So I'm very happy to have that out. Yeah, so you can't see it from the front, but if you get a good look over here, and it covers by the sleeve, but it's still healing. So I'm applying castor oil on it every day to help it heal. That was not doctor recommended, that's Shannon recommended. So that's what I'm doing, because I want to try to not have it not scar as much as I can. But hey, even if the scar stays like that, like I'll take it over the what it was any day. I've got some great pictures though. And I'll probably post those pictures in the members only section of my channel. Because my members don't get much perks for being members. So I'll show the befores and afters in the members only. That'll be a treat for my members. 6 Ember Tyrannus says, I'm a dumbbell. Let's see, body weights looking great. Yeah, it's close, Toga. I still got the scar though. Kelly says, get some good steps in, tie your watch to Dee Dee and go play fetch with her. Well, see, look, I expect everybody who joins in the challenge not to cheat, okay? I don't cheat. My watch is accurate of what happens in my body, pretty damn close. It might be 100 steps off or whatever, but I don't expect anybody to cheat. That defeats the purpose. Like, we're trying to take care of each other out here. We're trying to be strong. We're trying to live long. We're trying to prosper. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to do this out of love. I'm trying to love on you. Tough love. And motivate you to move your butt. Because we have to move. None of you guys are getting any younger. You don't understand. I'm trying to tell you. Alfalfa says, Dave Ramsey has a new book, Built a Business You Love. Build a business that you love. Emphasis on strategies. Thanks, Alfalfa. I'll check that out on my, see if it's on Audible. That sounds good. I'm not a big fan of Dave Ramsey, but he's got a lot of good information. Actually, until you showed it a few months ago, I didn't even notice it. God bless you, sweetheart. 6 says, good spot for a trucker tattoo. I'm into scars myself. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like it's a tattoo at this point. The puffiness hasn't went away, but we'll see where it goes from here. I'm just happy for this. Like, I can rock my tank tops now. And then I feel more motivated to, like, work on my arms, getting my arms back. I used to be muscular, you guys. I did. I should show you some old photos. My body was rocking. And so I'm older and I'm doing this. And so all of this has kind of just went away. This is better. But I've still got work to do. But now I'm all pumped up to just, like, lift in and get my body back. So I'm enthused. And I'm grateful that I was able to get that taken care of. So it's gross. It's gross. But you don't get to just see that picture freely. So I'm going to keep, for those guys that like gross stuff and you ever want to see it, I'm going to keep putting up super chat challenges. And then that will be the prize. It's disgusting. My doctor's like, what? You want a picture? I said, yeah. So the picture shows how big it was and the thing. And it didn't hurt. They knocked me out. It was an outpatient thing. And I had to keep it wrapped up for 2 weeks while I was at home, while I was recovering from the other stuff. And so I just kind of got it all done. I went through all the hell at once so I could just, like, be done with it all. So I'm feeling really good about myself. So that's that. I'm about to pee my pants, so I'm gonna let you guys go. We had a nice long live today. God bless you. We're getting back into the flow. I appreciate all the likes that you guys gave me. I showed that I got 21 likes. Thank you very much. And I just want to tell you, I don't know if you guys liked the news stories or not. That was some discussion. I'd kind of like to maybe continue to do that so we can talk about what's moving in trucking every week. Please put a comment in and let me know if you like that sort of thing or not. Wheelburner says, thank you, Shannon. It's great to see you back inspiring people. Toga says, thank you, Wheelburner. Had to get my heart right, man. Jeez, I've been through a lot in the past 4 months. Like, it was a lot of great, and it was a lot of hard, and it was a lot of pain. So I've been humbled. I have been humbled by the Lord yet once again in my great life, which only it makes me more excited because I went through it. Okay, praise the Lord. Yeah, nothing great comes without sacrifice, right? Toga says, we ain't getting older, we're just getting some age like wine to be more wiser. Well, look, if you don't keep your butt in shape, you're going to be nasty looking and wise. Okay? The whole thing is you got to stay healthy, because for the last 50 years, they've been killing you. And now you know better, especially if you watch this channel, so you might as well fight. And like, you just get, and literally get physically better with age. How about that? How about, just like a fine wine, get mentally better with wisdom and physically better. Okay, with age. And you'll look fantastic for your age amongst your peers or whatnots. We got another challenging week ahead of us, guys, in trucking. I'm going to stay up on the stories. Mud the Trucker Alex always comes out with it first. I'm not, and Cassius King's got trucker news, so make sure you subscribe to them for like the news sources, but I'm going to bring it up for conversation, okay? That's kind of what I want to do. Bring up the hot topics or something that's, occurred. Not every little thing. But especially stuff that I'm passionate about, and so that we can have some discussion about it, because I feel like we had a really good discussion today. Remote viewer says, love your live stream, stay up, good lady. Okay, well, thank you. I'm never signing up for 10 weeks out again. Yeah, I think it's time to grind. Moving forward, let's start with the encouragement for next week, okay? Keep grinding. Like I said last week, every strategy is everything right now. Pay attention to what is happening on the load boards, wherever, whatever capacity that you work in. I think that's smart. You run your business day to day, and you need to stay focused. I would advise everybody to try to pay up all your bills for the month now, so you can not stress out during the month. If you can, I know it's tough for some people, but if you can't, I want you to think about that and get on your finances. I'm talking to myself too, okay? Talking to myself too. Stick on your strategy and eat better this week. And do something nice for somebody. Okay? One thing. That's the challenge. And join the step challenge, because we're having fun over there. The link is in my community post. Okay? You can email me at Shannon, SHANNAN, at lighttrucking.com if you are having trouble getting signed up with the step challenge and you want to join it. We'll figure it out, because I know some people have iPhones and whatever. And all that. And so I just want to pray blessings for all of you, especially those that are going through some hard times with their families at home. That's quite a few people in this chat. You know who you are. I'm not going to shout it out, but I pray for you and your situation right now in Jesus' name, that it goes where it's supposed to, for your benefit, for your betterment, and for your blessing. Okay, amen on that. And I want to pray for your business. Pray for all of us out here, that the demons get exorcised, and we will be working towards a better logistics industry, supply chain industry. Yeah, so Love you guys. I thank you for having coffee with me this morning. And until next week or whenever I pop off during the week, if you're new here, please subscribe. Hit the like on your way out for me. And I'm going to go pee now because I'm about ready to explode. My back teeth are floating. And you're the best. And you are the heroes. And don't you ever forget that. Okay? Be a blessing to people instead of a pain in the ass. All right. That's it. Later.